Hi, this is Hendrik again, and I present to you another video of our series Understand SAP EWM, the series of videos where we simplify the understanding of complex features and functionalities in SAP EWM. Today it's about two-step picking, a process or functionality which was there in WM already. It is still there in EWM, and it's almost the same functionality that we can use here, but we are trying to look at it a little bit more from a material flow perspective, and then draw the connection to the system. As usual, the disclaimer, which is written on WMexperts.online/disclaimer, is also valid for the content of this video and everything that we publish around this video. I will hand over to Inga for the presentation, and you can relax, lean back, and soak up some EWM knowledge now. See you after the functional part. Have fun.
As usual, we will go into the real world before we look into the system. Most of you have probably experienced or can still enjoy Sunday afternoon meals with the whole family at your mother's place. All your loved ones sitting around a big table having some good food. Now imagine the way that the food has to take to get from the kitchen onto your plate, banana leaf, bowl, or whatever you are using. Usually, your mom will not take your sister's plate, fill it in the kitchen with all the components of the lunch, walk back to the living room, bring it to your sister's place at the table, and do the same thing for everybody else. She will rather grab all the different pots with the components and bring the pots to the table. Well-educated sons will of course help here, but let's assume the mom is to do everything on her own. So all pots are on the table, and in the second step, everybody grabs what he or she likes in order to fill his or her plate. You see that the total travel distance for your mom decreases a lot, while the effort for grabbing and moving food from the pots to the plate stays the same. So in total, as long as your mom is not eating alone, we're better off with the second approach, at least in terms of total travel distance. We think that was pretty easy to understand. So let us have a quick look on how this process can be set up in the system. Instead of the family sitting at the table waiting for food, we now have a bunch of delivery items sitting in a wave, waiting to be released. You know this picture from previous blog posts, we assume. Now the difference is that we do not only release the wave, but rather release a first and then release a second step. Within the first step, we combine delivery items requesting the same material into warehouse tasks. We create these tasks in order to move the total quantity for this material from the source bin to an intermediate bin. This intermediate bin is our table where the whole family is sitting. Once the stock has arrived on this bin, we release the wave a second time in order to create the warehouse tasks for the second step of the picking process. Within the second step, we pick on delivery item level, so we separate the total quantity which has been picked based on the requested quantity for each delivery item. Depending on the consolidation group, the stock might go into separate or shared pick HUs, but independent of this, both variants complete the picking process here and trigger the next step of our outbound storage process. To sum it up from the process perspective, we optimize the picking by collectively removing products which are requested by multiple different ODO items. This way we minimize the picking operations and reduce the total travel distance. The customizing is pretty straightforward here, just a quick look, as the purpose of this video is not to guide you through the implementation. Apart from types and bins for intermediate storage, you need to activate two-step picking on warehouse level and assign a warehouse process type for the withdrawal step. In addition, you need a dedicated storage type search sequence for the withdrawal step. This record is looking at the initial source bin. An additional record needs the intermediate storage type as a source bin to help creating the final warehouse task for the distribution from the intermediate bin. For all products which have two-step picking activated in master data, we will then pick as described above. That's it, two-step picking.
Thanks, Inga. Yes, two-step picking. Explained it in an easy way. I think even if you have not heard of it before, you are able to explain it to somebody else now. Before we close this video, there are 3 points that I would like to mention, and the first point, as usual, is your knowledge. And we have again put some books as links under this video. It's basically those books that we can recommend, or that I at least use to build up my theoretical knowledge in this area, in the area of EWM. And apart from practice and jumping into the projects, this is a good knowledge base to build up your theoretical skills. Second point is our service on WMexperts.online. You have access to a team of certified consultants, and we would be happy to help you in your projects, and of course also related to this topic of this video here. We're using Slack and Jira Service Desk, state-of-the-art tools, and which also simplifies the communication here. Third and last point is our channel. Feel free to hit the subscribe button somewhere here, and we'll notify you about new videos. And also appreciate in case you give us a like if you like the video, or give us a comment below this video and tell us what you think about it and what you want to see in one of our next videos. That's it for now. Thanks, and see you next time.